Hey, Rich Tyson here. I'm extremely excited. Episode 1 of this build here on Harbor Drive, just south of downtown with breathtaking views over the water. Casa Encanto is the name of this project, lovingly and affectionately named by the owner, Ronnie Sugar, who you're going to hear from shortly, along with DSDG Architects and Trinity Construction and Design about what the expectations are for this lot and what we're going to see coming to fruition over the next couple of years. So Ronnie, how did you go about choosing this site?
When I moved to Sarasota 5 years ago, I used to travel around the city and seeing what are the most beautiful parts of Sarasota. They had Indian Shores, they had Cherokee Park, and of course Harbor Acres. In Harbor Acres, there's very limited houses that have direct access or direct views to downtown and also of the Ringling Bridge. I remember driving by here several times and remembering this was the only house that was not built up in an area around here. So when the house came available, I purchased it on the first day.
What criteria did you provide to DSDG, and why did you choose them to design this for you?
Well, DSDG had a wonderful reputation here in Sarasota, especially building bayfront homes. My criteria to them was to have something that would be an award-winning home. I work very closely with Mark Sultana and his team developing what I thought would be an iconic home here in Sarasota. Some of the criteria, again, had to be spectacular, had to be a modern home, and to really show the elegance of what modernity could be in Sarasota.
So Mark, thanks for setting aside some time for us today. Can you tell us a little bit overview of a DSDG and what you guys do?
All right, yeah, great. Mark Sultana, I'm principal architect here at DSDG. We started the firm in 2001, been around the block in Sarasota, seen a lot of it change in the last 23 years. We specialize in waterfront residential, whether it be single family, multifamily, mostly high-end waterfront properties.
So with Casa Encanto, what criteria or inspiration did Ronnie bring to you to kick off the design?
So when I think the initial meeting we had with Ronnie, he brought in this picture of this kind of space age looking giant cantilever off the side of a mountain somewhere, I think it was in Portugal, house that he loved and was inspired by, and asked us if we could kind of make a Florida version of the same house that would fit his lifestyle.
What about Trinity made them your first choice for the build?
Trinity was my only choice, to be frank. I've used Trinity in the past. Mark Casa and Jay are probably two of the most outstanding individuals you could meet with. And I knew they would be the right team for me, building a super quality home and understanding my quirks and what I wanted to be in terms of details and just opulence, and I knew they could pull it off.
How do you feel that this build's going to benefit from having Trinity involved?
This build is it's not an easy one, right? So it's a complicated structure. It's got some massive cantilevers. The whole third floor is the master bedroom. That cantilever is nearly 20 feet. That's not something that just any run-of-the-mill contractor can tackle and accomplish. So it was very important that we had a top-notch professional construction team to be able to build this house. And I think Trinity is kind of the best choice for it that Ronnie made, yeah.
So what do you see as being the benefits to working with DSDG on this build?
We know Mark's team very well. We've worked on several projects with them, many modern homes, remodel projects as well. So we know everybody here. We have a great rapport and a great collaborative relationship. It's always great to know that when you ask a question or when you have an issue that you're trying to sort out, that they'll make it a priority to help you get that solved. So it's a great collaborative atmosphere, and I'm always excited to work with them.
What parts of the house are you most excited about?
There are several parts. That's the name of Casa Encanto was just not a name that was just pulled out of a hat. Casa Encanto really means house of enchantment. And to me, enchanting my friends and my family are the most important things of a house. The house was designed, it was a culmination of my ideas and my thoughts throughout my design career, and I wanted to implement all of these ideas into a home. And every category of the home had to be unique and special. So when you ask, what are you most excited about? When you walk in through the driveway, that's the wow, that's the enchantment. So the whole house put together is enchanting, from what the architecture is going to be, what the design elements will be, the artwork that's involved in it, and all the special details that we go into, the cladding, the windows, the backyard, everything that we're doing is unique and special.
What parts of this house are you most excited about?
For sure, the cantilever. I'm really excited to see that thing go up as a skeleton first and then as a finished product second. That took a lot of engineering to make it work, and a lot of back and forth with us and the structural engineer, kind of working on materials that wouldn't weigh it down to make it feasible. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that thing just kind of soaring out there on the third floor, reaching its way to the bay.
What part or parts of this house are you most excited about?
There's so many different things going on in this home. There's Ronnie Sugar has really pushed the envelope, and from the full glass elevator to the lighting, there's an incredible lighting plan that's being developed. I've seen, and I've been a part of the meeting so far. The lighting in this home will be like none other, using all of the highest level of technology. Same thing with the audio video system. The finishes on the exterior and the interior, they're all being scrutinized very heavily. So you will see very precise reveals and connections from one finish to the next. I'm really excited to see all that. But I think overall, there's just so much that we're packing into this. There will be many surprises in every room. It will be phenomenal.
So Ronnie, in a city of views, what makes this one of the most spectacular?
Well, having a view is really just a part of my life. It's part of my joy. When I was living in Hollywood Hills for 20 years, I had a 180-degree view of the city of Los Angeles, and this by far beats that. And there are so many different elements why. Here we have movement from just the water, from the stars, from the moon, from the movement of the bridge. It's such an eloquent, peaceful place, and for me personally, every day is a special gift. Every day there's something different. It's so unique. It's never the same. And that's what makes Sarasota Bay so wonderful.
What surprise elements did you bring to the table that he's moving forward with?
So surprise elements that he's moving forward with, there's quite a few actually. So we've incorporated our first ever residential glass elevator. That is an entry feature as you come in the front door of the house. It's kind of the first thing you see, but we didn't want the elevator kind of to block the view beyond. So that's how we are able to find an elevator company kind of new on the market that makes a all glass elevator from the ground up. Some other things is we've got some pretty unique staircases in the project. We treat staircases kind of like a piece of art, like a sculpture, right? So you could build a staircase out of a 2x12 cut in a stair-shaped pattern and clad it with whatever you want, or you could create a staircase that's more like a sculpture. And we tend to do that more and more on our projects, and every one a little bit different to create some uniqueness to it. We have some concrete walls in the project. I know that the interior designers are working with Ronnie on kind of sculpting that and creating some other ideas and shapes from it. I think the overall concept of the concrete meeting the wood is pretty unique. It's also the first house we're doing that's basically all clad in a faux wood finish on the exterior. There's very little stucco on the house, so that's definitely one of a kind for us.
So I was out there with Ronnie today. It's level ground, just dirt, but I'm assuming some stuff's taken place out there. What have you guys had going on already to get it to this point?
Well, today was the actual groundbreaking. So today we had a great day. We have 109 piles going in the ground, 14-inch auger cast piles. Today we did 21 of those piles, so that was almost like a record. It's a lot of piles in one day. So that process will continue over the next couple of weeks. After that is completed, then we'll come back and clean the site up, and we'll begin excavating around the piles and cutting them off to their elevation, and then beginning to form for the pile cap process.
What challenges do you foresee with this site?
This one is another tight build. The home itself takes up a lot of the lot space, so we're going to have those normal parking and logistical issues that we always have. I don't think the water itself poses any issues, other than it's a beautiful place to work, and there may be some gawking at the fish and the boaters going by. But other than that, I think this site is it's a little tight, but I think we'll manage.
What major considerations do you have about this build in particular?
Well, this build is. Actually, I heard Mark Sultana say it was one of the more complicated structures, and actually I think he even said it was one of the most complicated structures that they've ever had engineered. So I know that we have to be very vigilant in our study of the structure, and we're doing that now. With all of our new construction projects and a lot of our remodels, we do a full conflict analysis on the structure, and then we carry that into finishes as well. So that process is well underway. We've got the structure modeled. We understand the complexities. The engineering and the architecture was very clearly done, so we know what we're building. And right now we're planning for the routing of all the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing items that need to go through the cast-in-place slabs and columns and things like that. So I mean, those are some heavy considerations, and it'll be probably about 8 months in structure.
What can we expect to see happening over the next several weeks?
Again, so we'll finish up the piles in a couple weeks, and then we'll be going to our concrete and masonry contractor will come on site and remove the tops of the piles and get them cut to elevation, form the pile caps and grade beams, and then we'll get all that poured, and then we'll level the lot off, clean everything up, and then we'll be coming back with additional concrete work to build our stem walls, get up to grade, and then we're going vertical after that. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
I'm extremely excited to start to see this project unfold. We're going to have many more episodes coming soon, so be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Be well.